name is Austin Smith and I play the free man for Den Bosch. I come from South Africa originally, but I've travelled pretty much all over the world with hockey. I lived in England for 4 years before I came to the Netherlands, and I've been here for 7 years now. I've been playing hockey now for about 23 years, I guess. I started when I was playing. I started playing hockey when I was 7, 8 years old. In Cape Town, my parents were both avid hockey players, so it was just normal that every weekend we went down to the ground. I watched them play and I played alongside them, and that's how it all started for me, really. Obviously I've been playing in the national team now for 12 years, but if you'd asked me when I was 7 or 8 if I thought I was going to reach the level that I have, of course I wouldn't have said yes, but I think when I was about 11, 12 years old, I had a teacher at my primary school, Murray Anderson, and he was my inspiration, he was my hero. And I grew up watching him and watching what he did. He went to the Olympic Games, and from about 11 or 12 I made the decision that that's really something that I would like to do one day. So it was from that moment on that I always dreamed of going to the Olympics and playing for my national team. My family is spread out all over the world now, actually. At one point I had a sister in America, another sister in Australia, my brother and I were in England, and my parents were back in South Africa. These days we're slightly closer together. My parents are living in England at the moment. I still have a sister in Australia, and my brother and my other sister are back in South Africa. So sometimes it's pretty difficult with my family and also with my friends. I've missed out on a lot of friends' weddings, 21st birthdays when I was younger, and family events. But it's just something that you get used to, and as difficult as it is, my dream is to play for South Africa and to be one of the best players in the world, and one of the only places that you can do that is here in the Netherlands. So sometimes, especially around birthdays and public holidays, it can be a little bit down, but overall I know that the sacrifice is worth it. It's a strange way how I ended up at Den Bosch, actually. When I was 22 and I'd kind of just made my way into the national team for South Africa, the coach said I wasn't going to be good enough to keep my place, and he made the recommendation that I went overseas. So I first decided to go to England because everyone spoke English, and my dad was from there originally, so he had a few contacts, and I went over there for 4 years, which I really enjoyed. And after that I had just been announced as the captain of the national team, so I thought now would be a good moment to go and play in the Netherlands. I had 50 caps for South Africa, so I thought I was quite confident of finding a place in the hoofdklasse. So I emailed all the teams in the hoofdklasse, and I received 2 replies, one from Den Bosch and one from another club, both saying no. So I panicked for a moment because I had just quit my job in England and I didn't have a club to play in the hoofdklasse. And about a month after that, Den Bosch emailed me back again saying, we're looking for a defender, can you also play at the back? And at that stage I'd only ever played in the midfield. So naturally I said yes, of course I can play at the back, I'm happy to play anyway. And that's how I ended up at Den Bosch just over 7 years ago, and since I've been here I've absolutely loved it. It's a beautiful city. The club is fantastic, really, a family club, a welcoming club, and at the moment the level is where I've always dreamed we could get to, so long may that live. At the moment I'm not doing a whole lot alongside my hockey career. I studied to become a teacher. I did that full-time in South Africa for 2 years, and after that I did it through a correspondence university. And I finished my last internship here in Eindhoven, actually, at the International School of Eindhoven. So I finished my degree there, which I really enjoyed, and I'm really passionate about teaching, and that's something that I would like to do in the future. But at the moment my goal is just to play hockey and enjoy the last few years that I have as a top hockey player. Alongside that, some other hobbies that people think are strange that I like are gardening. At the moment I don't do very much because I live in a small apartment with a balcony, so it's quite a limit on what I can do. But back in South Africa, actually, I used to help my mum a lot. We built 2 water features. One of them I won an award for, so that was quite funny. The guys in our national team like to joke about that. But it's something about being out in nature, working with the ground. I'm quite a hands-on person, so that's something that I like to do, and I think when I own a home of my own, hopefully one day soon, that'll be something I'll get back into. Yeah, so at the moment I give training to the under-16 team, the Jongens waarin at Den Bosch. I've given different teams training in the past, but this year that's where the club thought that my services would be best used. And I also give drag flick training to the dames en of Mop, which is something that I've just started, something that I really enjoy. The drag flick is a very technical skill. And I like the way that you can use technology, you can use the video format to show players exactly what they're doing well and areas that they can improve on. And I think that coaching is really rewarding when you look at a player at the beginning of the season, how you're able to transform them and help them and encourage them, and to see that growth through the season is fantastic. At Den Bosch I really enjoyed, obviously, because I want to train players here that can eventually play for the men's first team or the ladies first team, so that's my real passion at the moment. And yeah, we have a lot of talented players here, so that's great. So yeah, we're working with some good players who I definitely feel have the potential to make the men's and ladies first team, and hopefully even go on to represent their national team. Yeah, my role in the Den Bosch waarin team is obviously as captain, but also as free man. So mostly I get to just boss people around in the field and tell everyone where they need to go and tell everyone to follow their man, and I stay free as much as possible. So that's kind of my role on the field, but off the field my responsibility is to basically be the link between Eric, our coach, and the players. So I can give Eric a sense of what's happening kind of on the ground with the team, how everyone's feeling, maybe we need to change something or how things are going. We're very lucky to have Eric Verboom. He's a fantastic coach, so my role isn't that big in that regard, but basically as captain is just to try and pull everything together, get everyone working on the same page, because yeah, with a team sport ultimately that's your strength. If everyone's working together, then that's when you can really start achieving special things. Yeah, some people think that being captain does give you a lot more pressure and responsibility, and to some respect that is true. I've been captain of the national team now since 2008, so I'm quite used to the role of being captain. One thing is for sure though, if you're going to be captain though, you need to lead by example. I'm more of a believer of people seeing what you're doing and following that, than telling people what they should be doing and you yourself aren't abiding by those rules. So that's something that I pride myself on whenever I train. I train at full intensity. I really expect a lot from myself, and I think in that way it's easier to look at other players and to encourage them to push themselves to be the best that they can be. Yeah, our last game of the first half, yeah, we're sitting in third position at the moment. I think that's the highest that we've ever been for a sustained period of time, since I've been around at least. And obviously against Bloemendaal, they've only lost one game. They've only dropped points once so far this season, so it's a huge challenge on Sunday. We are missing a few players. A few of our Australians have gone back to Australia to play in a home series there, but they're also missing a few players. We've got a player, Floris Voltebal. He's suspended after getting 3 yellow cards. So it's going to be an interesting game. It's the last game before the winter break, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be videoed live on Dutch TV, so that's why we're starting a little bit later. But yeah, I'm really excited for the challenge, and yeah, for us, I don't think we have anything to lose. We're playing well, and I hope we can end off the first half of the season on a high. Yeah, what do I predict for the game? I think it's going to be really close. I think it's either going to be a draw or a victory by one of the teams, just on a small margin. I can't see either team winning by more than 2 or 3 goals. I think it's going to be a really tight game, and I think the set pieces are going to be really important. So yeah, if I can take the chances with the penalty corners, or the rest of our penalty corner team, they've also got a good penalty corner attack. I think that's going to make the difference on Sunday. Yeah, I can't wait. A lot of the guys from the men's teams have said they're going to be down. Maybe some fireworks, maybe some flares on the side of the game. I think it's going to be a big crowd. There's a party at the club afterwards, a winter party. So I'm really looking forward to it, and yeah, can't wait to get out there and play.